It's also been all over social media, big topic of conversation, safety in the subway. And it seems like more and more women are being attacked. Some just walking on the street, being hit with objects, pushed onto the tracks, and women randomly getting punched in the face on the streets of New York City. They are sharing their experiences on social media.
You guys, I was literally just walking and a man came up and punched me in the face. So I just got punched in the face walking home.
You know, there's a lot of questions at the beginning. Were these real or not? Then the law got involved in it, and NYPD said, yeah, these are real. So we found a self-defense expert who says there is something you can do to try and defend yourself. His motto is, life is hard, fighting is easy. John Kumper, a.k.a. Kru John, joins us right now. Thanks for doing this. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
This is very important for a lot of people to learn here. And let's just start about it. You know, first of all, if you're walking down the street, and I'll let you speak because you're a woman, you're walking down the street by yourself, you got to be aware of everything, but you can't live your whole life being afraid like that, right? So you need some help.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go through 3 tips that you can do, right, to keep yourself safe, to keep yourself aware, and I'm going to also go over a couple of moves, right, that we're going to do right here in the studio.
I got some moves too, John.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, I know you do.
All right. You do your first 3.
So, number 1, right, awareness, just like you said. Hey, if I'm walking, especially in the subway, especially if I'm walking in a parking lot, areas like that is where people will get attacked. On the sidewalks in New York City. Hey, I want to be aware not only of what I'm doing in the front, but I want to be aware of where you are. Hey, say if you're behind me.
Right.
Okay. Somebody that may attack you is probably going to hang out somewhere in your blind spot. So if you're driving, right, you're kind of aware of your blind spot. Hey, but as you're walking, you want to be kind of aware of where this person is. Hey, say if I have like a group of people behind me, teenagers, maybe they're younger people, they're looking for trouble. Hey, what I will do is I'll simply come back to where I can see them. Hey, where I can see them, now I feel a lot safer.
But how do you do that if you're walking down the streets of New York with, you know, millions of other New Yorkers? Otherwise, you'd never get anywhere because you'd be going backwards the whole time. Like, how do you stay aware of everything?
Yeah, so I try to stay in spots that, so say I'm in the subway, for example, right? When I go to the subway, I'll kind of do a scan around. Then I'll go right to the back of the wall of the subway, hey, not to the train where everyone's behind me. Hey.
You gotta keep an eye on. But like my friend got smacked in the face walking into a supermarket. Like literally, you let your guard down because you think you're walking into a, you know, to get a carrot, and you know you get smacked in the face. By the time you turn around, the guy's gone. Yeah,
exactly. So one thing, hey, if you're on your phone or something like that.
Can't be on your phone walking around the streets of New York right now.
Keep your head up. Like every few seconds, just kind of look up and keep your headphones down.
A lot of these young kids are walking around with the headphones on.
Right.
I tell my daughter not to do that, and they're on the phone. So yeah, you got to get that out of the.
What can you do physically though?
Yeah. So vigilance is one thing. Keeping aware of your blind spot, that's another thing.
Give us a few moves here, John.
So, well, the last thing, getting into a self-defense program, right? That is huge. Hey, because as martial artists, we train react versus respond, right? So if you're going to attack me, hey, I want to respond to a situation.
Can I give you a punch now, John? Because I feel like something's coming out.
I'm going to get out of the way because I don't want an accident. Exactly.
So, hey, first of all, if I'm walking like this, hey, now you're in my blind spot.
Right.
I would take a step back.
Okay.
I would get into some kind of a stance, hey, and I would have my hands up like this, right? There's 3 things that I could do if you're going to punch me, right? 1, I could step back and get out of the way, right? Avoid that punch altogether, hey? Try to call for help, try to get to an area that's more safe, hey? If that attack becomes, hey, closer to me, I can duck, right? I can attack back, right, with whatever techniques that I have, hey? The last thing, if that altercation becomes very, very physical, hey, I'm up
Oh, the
and
elbow.
I'm blocking, right?
The elbow.
I'm blocking with my elbow
Yeah.
because I want you to hit my forearm.
Right.
I want
John,
you to
what
hit my
happens
elbow.
if I give you one of these?
Yeah, so knee to the groin.
You got to be careful of those.
Yeah.
'Cause those could come out. Those are Brooklyn moves, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's
John,
when you need to defend yourself, though.
But you know, the problem is this. Yes, sometimes you can anticipate a problem, but a lot of these young women were getting punched in the face they weren't anticipating. And by the time they turned, like my friend getting smacked in the face walking into a grocery store, she was walking into a grocery store, you know, looking at the door opening. So you're not, by the time you turn around, they're gone.
Yeah, it happens very, very fast, right? So learning how to respond to a situation is going to save you. It's going to save your life. Hey, if I react, so what we have sometimes is called the fight or flight or freeze mechanism. Your brain tries to protect you and says, like, this person's going to punch me.
Right.
Oh my God, like I just froze. Or maybe they punched me already and I just froze up. Hey, I need to learn how to respond to that situation. That's where martial arts and self-defense
Hey,
comes
John, you
into
have a
play.
place, right?
Yes, life is hard, fighting is easy. So I'm located in Queens. I have 2 studios that I train people out of, but I also I travel to places, I do workshops, I do seminars. I'll come out to your location, I'll teach you one free lesson, right? So
That's
you
great.
know life is hard and fighting
Thank
is
you,
easy.
John. I appreciate these tips. That's good.
You know,
Okay.
it's one of those things you look at, again, it doesn't happen every day, and there are millions of people it doesn't happen to, but you want to be prepared in case. And also, I think part of it that you were discussing a little bit too, and not to mansplain here, but I think a lot of it is just to build self-confidence.
Yes.
You know, that you can feel more confident when you walk around and maybe worry a little bit less.
I have to say, when you see somebody, like my husband saw somebody on the street, and this guy was obviously out of his mind, and he was coming to my husband. My husband started screaming at him. The guy got scared. He thought he was
That's the
crazier.
defense, yeah.
He thought he was crazier than him.
You can play the you can play
You
the
know what I
crazy
mean?
role,
Whatever
right?
it takes, right?
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah.
Back up. Get
Right.
away from me.
Yeah.
Right? I'm a little crazy too.
That's a defense
Right.
mechanism as well.
Yes, absolutely.
All right,
Thank you so much, John. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much.
All right.
All right.